Good morning, children. Today we are going to continue the lesson with what is science, where we learnt what is science, what are the branches, yes, what are the steps the scientist will follow to identify or to get the answer for the question, isn't it? So in the same manner, how the scientist, what are the sequential order, what are the different steps that the scientist will follow to get the answer for a question, for that we are going to learn today, okay, in this class. So the name of the lesson is what is science. Yes, children, do you remember what all we learned, right? So now we are going to learn what is the sequential order. What are the sequential order? Sequential order means in a perfect order, in a proper way. What is sequential order that the scientist follows? What is sequential order that the scientists follow? That we are going to learn. Here there are certain number of steps. There are 7 important steps to be followed in the sequential order to get an answer for a question. So in that, the first point is identifying the problem. What is that? Identifying the problem. Identifying the problem. This is the first step. So first the scientist will identify a problem. If we get a doubt, that doubt is a problem. For example, we'll take the bulb which is present in our room is not glowing. The bulb which is there in our room is not glowing. That is our problem. So for that problem, he should make some hypothesis. Already we learned what is this hypothesis. Do you remember? Hypothesis is nothing but the different reasons that you may think because of this it is not working, because of that it is not working. Like that you will be identifying a problem, isn't it? So for example, why the bulb is not glowing? Maybe defilament. Defilament what? You might have observed a spring-like structure inside the bulb, right? That is called filament. If the filament is failed, it will not work. Or the fuse problem, or a switch problem is there, or there is a wire problem. Like that, these are the different hypotheses that we can see, we can identify. So out of this, there may be any reason may be there. So first we need to hypothesize, that is, you have to identify a problem. So the bulb is not glowing in my room because these are the because of these problems. Right? Next, of that you have to collecting the information. Here collecting the information means what? You have to collect the different information regarding why this bulb is not glowing. Not only that one, to know the answer, you have to you have to collect some instruments to check. So like tester, like screwdriver, yes or no, children? Or you may need a wire, you may need a blade, you may need a table to climb up, like that. Or any information you collected, or information regarding that why the bulb may not work, like that. These are all to be collected. That is the third point, collecting the information. The fourth point is data analysis. Data analyzing. What is data analyzing? Whatever you collected, the different instruments or the information, everything that has to be properly kept, and you have to start knowing the reason. That is called data analyzing. The next fifth point is experimentation. That means why the bulb is not glowing. So first you have to take the bulb and observe it. What you have to observe in that, where the filament is correct or not, or the filament has broken, or wire has gone, like that. Whatever problem you find, so that you have to do it, right? So that means you have to start experimenting. You have to first time started with checking the filament. So after that, result analysis. In this result analysis, so in the bulb the filament is normal, the filament is good, there is no problem with the filament. So what is the next point? So you may, the filament is good, so you may, defilament is good, so you have to observe about the fuse. So you have to start observing the fuse. That is called result analysis. So first, whatever you started with, if that is in good condition, then you have to go with the next hypothesis. Okay children, right? So after observing the fuse, if the fuse is also okay, there is no problem with the fuse, then you have to go with the next one, that is a switch. You have to check the switch, or you have to check the wire, like that. One by one you have to check everything. Okay, so after, suppose in the first only, when you observe the filament is gone, if the filament is gone, what you will generalize here? Because the filament is fused, the filament is diffused, or the filament defilamented, that means the filament is broken, so that the bulb is not glowing. So that is your answer, isn't it? So you found this one. So this will be that is the generalization. You generalize that the bulb is not glowing because the filament is broken. So now you got the answer for this problem. Why the bulb is not glowing? Yes or no children? Yes. If the filament is good, then you have to go with the check with the fuse. If the fuse is also okay, then you have to go with the other problem, that is the switch. You have to check the switch. If the switch is also no problem with the switch, the switch is working properly, then you have to go with the wire. Like this, one by one you will check everything. After checking everything, then you will generalize why the bulb is not glowing. Understood? This is the way how the scientists will get a solution for a problem. Solution or the answer for a problem he identified. Understood children? So that means you have to check here. These are the different steps they are followed. First they will identify the problem. What I want to know. What is my problem? What is my doubt? So that is the identifying a problem. After identifying a problem, making a hypothesis. Why that is like that? Here we considered the bulb is not glowing. Why the bulb is not glowing? Because the filament may be defilamented, or the fuse is gone, or the switch is not functioning properly, or the wire may got cut in the middle, like this, anything. Then after that you have to collecting the information. That means whatever you need for this experiment, that all you have to collect. It may be the different instruments, information, or anything else, whatever is there, that you have to collect. After collecting, then you have to arrange everything, whatever you collected information or the instruments, how to do it, everything you have to arrange in a proper way. That is called data analyzing. After that you will start experimenting. You will climb the table and you have to take out the bulb. In the bulb you will observe the filament, first point. If the filament is okay, the filament is normal, no problem with the filament, then what you have to do? You have to go to and check the fuse, or you have to check the switch, or you have to check the wire. Like that, everything you will check. After checking, result analysis. Result analysis means why the bulb is not functioning. You will get the answer, isn't it? So if the filament is good, you will go with the fuse, or you will go with the switch, or anything else. Like that you have to check. After that, what is the problem, you will be knowing by doing this, yes or no. So after knowing the problem, then you will generalize it. Generalize means this is the problem, so that only the bulb is not glowing. Understood? So this is the way the scientist will identify a problem and knows the reason and knows the answer. He will get the answer. That answer only he will give in a form of a theory, or he will publish in a newspaper or magazines. Okay children, understood now how the scientist will function, what are the different order steps he will follow. These are the 7 important steps. Note down the 7 steps: identifying problem, making hypothesis, collecting information, data analysis, experimentations, result analysis, and generalization. Copy down this in a proper order and learn how the scientist will function. Okay children, thank you.